Hello. Welcome back to the third video in our series on participating in Medicare's durable medical equipment, prosthetics, orthotics, and supplies, or DBids competitive bidding program. I'm Amanda. During this video, I'll guide you through Form A, which is the first part of completing your bid in the online bidding system, or DBids. Joining us again today is Tommy from DBids Supplies. Hi, Tommy.
Hi, Amanda. Thanks for having me back. As you suggested, I read the RFB instructions. The request for bids instructions. Now I have a good idea of the bidding requirements, but I'm looking forward to you explaining how to navigate and complete Form A in DBids.
I'm glad you read the RFB instructions. That will help you understand Form A. There are more tools on the Competitive Bidding Program Implementation Contractors, or CBIC's website. You'll find many resources such as the DBids User Guide, bid preparation worksheets to help you determine your bid amount for bid items, fact sheets, zip code lookup tool, and maps that show you the different CBAs.
Wow, that's a lot of helpful tools.
And once you're in DBids, you'll also find more help in completing your bid. Just look for the small blue help symbol on each screen. Okay, let's get started. Please feel free to ask me questions at any time. First, you'll need the user ID and password you received when you registered in the Individual's Authorized Access to the CMS Computer Services, or IACS. Are you an authorized official for your company, Tommy?
Why, yes, I am.
Good. The authorized official has to be the first person to log into DBids when bidding opens. Only the authorized official, or AO, or the backup authorized official, BAO, can complete the business organization section, which is the first section of Form A. Once the business organization section is complete, any registered user, AO, BAO, or end user, or EU, can work on the other sections of the bid. Please remember that only the AO or the BAOs can approve Form A after all the information on Form A is complete. To access DBids, you'll start out on the CBIC website, www.dmecompetitivebid.com, and select the link for Round 2 Recompete and National Mail Order Recompete. While here, you'll notice clocks on the home page. These clocks show how much time you have left to submit your bid. Now select Bidding Supplier on the left-hand side of the page, then Bidding, and then DBids Online Bid Submission System. Did you see the RFB instructions, the bid preparation worksheets, and the DBids User Guide? They're all right there under Bidding for your convenience. Next, click the Bid Now button. This will connect you to the secure portal for DBids. You will recognize the IACS Terms and Conditions screen, which you reviewed and accepted when you registered for your user ID and password. Once again, you will need to review the terms and conditions and click I accept. Enter your IACS user ID and password, then click Login. Now click Enter DBids on the Welcome to DemiPost Bidding System, or DBids screen. Since this is your first time logging into DBids, the Form A Business Organization Information section will appear. This is the section that only the AO or BAO can complete. As I mentioned earlier, an end user will not be able to enter DBids or view this screen until an AO or a BAO has completed the Business Organization section.
Amanda, will this section appear every time someone from my company logs in?
No. Since this is the first time you've entered DBids, you'll see this section. But when you or anyone in your organization logs in later, you'll be taken to the status screen.
Another quick question before we continue. Can I get someone from my organization to help me enter information in Form A?
Of course, but anyone in your organization that is going to assist you in completing your bid must have registered in IACS and received his or her own user ID and password. You will be asked to approve their registration before they can continue. Remember, sharing user IDs and passwords is not permitted.
Well, good. I'm covered. We have a backup authorized official and a couple end users that registered.
Keep in mind, only one person at a time can enter data in Form A. Now let's look at the navigation buttons at the top and bottom of each screen. You must use these buttons. If you press the Enter key on your keyboard instead of the buttons provided, your screen will refresh and you'll lose the information that you entered. Also, look on the left side of the screen. You'll always see a navigation pane. This pane lets you quickly move around DBids. And don't forget about the blue information icon if you want more information about a corresponding section.
What if I get halfway through entering my information and I have to leave? How do I save what I've entered?
If you want to leave DBids, just click the Save button on the screen and then click Log Out on the navigation menu to the left of your screen or in the top right corner. You don't want to click the X in the upper right corner of DBids to close the system. This will lock your account. DBids will automatically log you out if you haven't saved or moved from one screen to another after 15 minutes. This is a security feature. Now that you know the fundamentals, let's start entering data. Okay, as I explained earlier, the first section is the business organization. You will see that your legal business name is already populated on the screen. This information is from your enrollment records in the Provider Enrollment Chain and Ownership System, or PACOS. Remember, this section must be completed by an AO or BAO. You will choose your bidding supplier type from the drop-down list: single location bidder, multiple location bidder, or network bidder.
I'm not completely sure I know what that means.
I'm happy to explain. A single location bidder is a supplier bidding with only one location and not bidding as part of a network. A multiple location bidder is a supplier bidding with more than one location. For example, this supplier can be a subsidiary of a parent company or holding company, commonly owned or commonly controlled, national chain, or franchise. If none of these options correctly describes your organization, then select none of the above. If you select none of the above, a field will appear where you will need to enter the description that applies to your business organization. For example, I'm a sole owner and have 3 locations.
So my company is a corporation that has 3 locations. Does that mean I would select multiple location bidder?
That's correct.
Good, I understand. You also mentioned earlier that if I need more information, I can go to the RFB instructions, right?
That's right. The RFB instructions provides more details, and there's also a DBids user guide on the DBids welcome page. Also, don't forget that you can click on the help symbol next to each supplier type for its definitions.
Thanks. I remember exactly where to find the RFB instructions on the website.
You are catching on quickly. Another option is a network. A network bidder is a group of small suppliers submitting a bid together because they can't service the entire CBA independently. A network can include 2 to 20 members. You can find the other network requirements in the RFB instructions. And remember, if you're bidding in the National Mail Order Recompete, you can't bid as a network. If Network Bidder is selected, you will enter your network's name, and then you'll be asked if each network member has signed a contract to join the network. Select yes or no. If you select no, a message will display telling you that the bid will not be considered for evaluation without a contract signed by each member. Next, you'll be asked if you're bidding as a specialty supplier. A specialty supplier is either a nursing facility or a skilled nursing facility that intends to only provide competitively bid items to its residents. To bid as a specialty supplier, you must be enrolled as either a nursing facility or a skilled nursing facility.
Well, my organization is not a nursing facility, so what do I do next?
Well, once you indicate that you're not a specialty supplier, the next section is where you'll tell us who can answer questions regarding your company. You can add up to 5 contact people. Once the information is entered, click Add Contact Person for this information to be saved. Here, you'll list your authorized officials or key personnel. The authorized official must be listed on your enrollment record in PACOS. The key personnel are important to the operations of the business, but may not necessarily be listed as authorized officials in PACOS. Once this information is entered, click Add Authorized Official or Key Personnel for the information to save.
My office manager is going to be handling a lot of the bidding for me. Do I put him under key personnel?
Yes. Next, you'll select the Medicare-approved accrediting organization that accredited your locations to provide certain DBids products. Use the drop-down list to select the name of the accrediting organization. Then, click on the Add Accreditation button to save the information.
Can I list more than one accrediting organization?
Yes, you can add as many accrediting organizations as applicable. After you've listed them, then read the statement below and check the box that you understand each location must be accredited to furnish the product category included on your bid. We have sent several email notifications that it's very important to check your enrollment record in PACOS and with the National Supplier Clearinghouse, or the NSC, to make sure all required state licenses are on file and up to date. In this section, you will read the statement and click the checkbox if you understand that you are responsible for having all applicable state licenses for each location on your bid to furnish services. During the bid evaluation process, we will confirm that each location is properly licensed for the product by the state.
Remind me, what's the required effective date for the license?
Each location must be licensed by the state to furnish items in the product category on or before the close of bidding. You can find more information on each state's requirements on the NSC website. We also recommend that you check with the state licensing agency too, since the information on the NSC website is only a guide.
Thanks. That's a great point. I'll do that today.
Next, you will enter the total number of years and months your organization has been in business. This question applies to all customers, not just Medicare beneficiaries. If it's less than 1 year, you will select 0 from the drop-down option for years and then select the number of months in business. Then you will select the business type from the drop-down list that best describes your organization. Your choices are corporation, sole proprietorship, partnership, nonprofit organization, municipality owned. You will send the CBIC financial documents based on the type of business you selected.
About the financial documents, how do I know what documents I need to send to the CBIC?
All the information you need to know is located in the RFB instructions. You will also notice that we have a chart in DBids that displays the required documents by business type. I'll touch on that later. Make sure you join me for the final video in our series Submitting Hard Copy Documents to learn more about the document requirements. The next question asked how you plan to furnish competitively bid items to Medicare beneficiaries. Will it be through a retail location with home delivery, mail order, or home delivery? You can check all that apply. Then you'll be asked if your organization or any location or locations on your bid has any past legal actions or sanctions, such as debarment within the past 5 years. If you answer yes to this question, you need to provide a description and a copy of either the settlement or corporate integrity agreement as part of your hard copy documents. You've almost finished completing your organization information. We just need you to choose the competitive bidding areas and product categories for which you are bidding. If you've bid before, you'll notice this section looks a little different, and you'll find it's much simpler to complete. You'll scroll through an alphabetical list of CBA product categories and place a check mark next to those for which you are submitting a bid. If you clicked a CBA product category in error, all you have to do is uncheck the box. You can sort by CBA or product category by clicking the arrows on the column header, or, if you want, you can filter the list by typing in a part of the CBA or product category in the search box. After you've made your selections, click the Add CBA PCs button. All selected CBA product categories in this section will populate in the CBA product category section. After you've reviewed your selections and click Next, a message will appear that you have now completed questions about your organization. You must now complete location-specific questions. This is where you'll receive your bidder number. It's important that you record this bidder number because you'll have to write it on each page of your required hard copy documents. Then click OK.
Wait, don't I have to tell you which of my locations will be providing the items in the CBA?
You're correct, but that's a little later. Since you just finished completing the business organization section of Form A, you or any of your other registered users can now work on completing the location-specific sections of Form A. Form A must be completed first before you can move on to Form B.
That's great news. And this part seemed to be really easy to complete.
Good. Now on the next screen, you'll see information about your primary location. That's the location you use to register in IACS. The information has been pre-populated from your enrollment records in PACOS. Carefully review the information, your location's address, its phone numbers, the toll-free number if available, and your PTAN, TIN, and NPI. If all this information is correct, click Yes. If the information is incorrect, click No and enter the correct information in the text box.
Does that mean that my records in Pecos will automatically be updated?
No, it's just for bidding purposes. You'll still have to update your records in Pecos or with the NSC. The CBAs and product categories that you previously selected will appear on this screen. From this list, you'll check the CBAs and product categories that your primary location will furnish. Remember, this is an alphabetized list and you can sort and filter. Once you've made your selections, click the Add CBA PC button. Oh, did you say you had more than one location?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Next, you will enter your other locations. The screen will show all the PTANs associated with your primary location's TIN in Pecos. If you have a location that's associated with a different TIN, enter the PTAN, TIN, and NPI and click the Find Locations button. The locations related to the new TIN will appear. And just repeat these steps if you have multiple TINs. You will then check the box by each location to be included on a bid. Once you have selected the locations, click on the Add Location button and then the Next button.
I actually am in the middle of enrolling another location. Where can I put that?
You wouldn't enter that location in DBids. Only locations that have an active PTAN, are accredited and licensed, can be included on your bid. If you're awarded a contract, you can then add eligible locations to your contract anytime after you receive a fully executed contract.
Okay, but I need to tell you which CBAs and product categories my other location will be furnishing, right?
That's right, Tommy. On the next page, you'll first select the CBA product category combination. Then you'll select the location or locations that will be furnishing the items in the CBA product category combination by checking the box in the right column. Then click Assign CBA PCs button. You can assign multiple CBA product categories to multiple locations at one time. If you are bidding as the primary network bidder, then the process is similar but slightly different. Instructions are in the DBids user guide on the CBIG website. And you've almost completed Form A. Here's the Form A summary. Carefully look over this page. You can change or modify any of the sections. Remember, only locations on this page are eligible to bill Medicare for payment if you're awarded a contract. If no changes are needed, click the Next button. Here's an easy page to complete. All you have to do is print this checklist. It tells you what documents must be included in your hard copy document package. You can also print the chart that describes what financial documents are required for each business type: corporation, LLC, nonprofit, new supplier, etc. Now it's time for the AO to approve Form A. The AO's name will be pre-populated. You will only need to enter your user ID and then click the Approve button. And that's it! You've completed Form A. You can print or save the Form A summary for your files. Please remember, if you later make changes to your Form A or Form B, you must reapprove Form A. And if you have certified your Form B, you must recertify it.
Wow. Amanda, I am so thankful for your help.
You're welcome. Again, there's the DBids user guide on the CBIG website that gives you step-by-step instructions on how to use DBids, and you can call the CBIG Customer Service Center from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday during registration and bidding. Before I go, I want to encourage you to get started completing your Form A soon. Please do not wait until the last day or even the last week to complete your bid. It takes time to enter the data, and then you'll want to make sure it's all correct. And just a few reminders before you get started in DBids. When entering information in DBids, it's always a good idea to save your entry by clicking on the Save button. Do not hit Enter. This will cause your screen to reset and your information will be lost. Do not click the X in the upper right corner to exit DBids. This will cause your account to lock. Instead, click Log Out located in the left navigation menu. DBids will time out after 15 minutes. You'll receive a warning message after about 10 minutes of inactivity. If you do not click OK within 5 minutes, DBids will time out and you will lose any information entered that was not saved. There are a lot more great tips offered in the DBids user guide. But remember, you can also contact the CBIT Customer Service Center with any questions, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks again for joining me, and stay tuned for the next video on how to complete Form B. See you soon!